Okay, hello guys, good evening all. So welcome to day one of our DevOps. So basically in today's session, we are going to start the demo of our DevOps. So before I start, I would like to know one thing from your end. So here there are a lot of people. How many of your freshers here? Freshers, raise your hands. Okay, fine. And how many of you want to go with experience here? Experience guys. Okay, fine. Thanks. So we'll start the demo first and then later on we'll come to your career guidance and everything. Before I proceed for the online guys, hope my voice is clear for you. Can anyone confirm in the chat whether I'm audible to you or not? Online, are you able to hear me? Can you please confirm? Yeah, fine. So first of all, before I start the session of DevOps, so my question for all of you is, how many of you know about DevOps? The very first basic question. Anyone knows about DevOps? At least some basic definition or basic thing which you know about DevOps? None of you know, no? Okay, fine. Before telling what is the meaning of DevOps, I'll tell you what is the importance of DevOps first of all. Why? Because meaning everyone will tell, but you need to know what is the main thing that we need to use DevOps. Like, mean is the X factor. Okay, fine. So we can start the demo now. For example, sir, let's consider. Anyone knows about e-commerce applications here? In e-commerce application, Tell me any two e-commerce applications. Amazon and, for example, let's consider you have iPhone 15. You want to buy it. The price of iPhone 15 is going to be 80,000. Correct or not, sir? So depends upon the time the value is going to be decrease or increase. But as of now, let's consider you have iPhone 15 of price how much? 80,000. I have a application called Amazon. Is Amazon e-commerce application or not, sir? This Amazon guy is going to deliver the iPhone within 3 days. How many days? For the price of 80,000. Sir, same like this. I have one more e-commerce application called Flipkart. Which one? Sir, Flipkart guy is going to deliver that product. That means the iPhone for the cost of 80,000 within how many days, sir? 7 days. So here my main intention is to clear you why we are going to use the DevOps. So remember here, I have iPhone 15. Okay, so its spelling is wrong. That's okay, fine. iPhone 15 I have here. What is the price, sir, here? 80,000. Amazon guy is going to deliver the product in how many days? But Flipkart guy is going to give the product on how many days? Now you tell me which one you are going to choose. Amazon. Why Amazon, sir? Because the delivery is going to be, that is your DevOps actually. That is your, sir, like understand, you are investing 80,000, sir. For your 80,000 of investment, you want to be your application very speed, correct or not? That means whatever the product you are buying from them, you want your product to be very, very speed. But for example, if we talk about companies, companies are going to invest some thousands of crores. How much? Thousands of crores. That means these companies are also willing to expect their application very speed or not, sir? That's what your DevOps is going to do. Basically, DevOps is a methodology which is going to release your application into the market very speedily. What is DevOps, sir? DevOps is a methodology. I'll write it for you. And one more thing, how many of you have your notes here now currently? Notes. Do one thing on my class. You are never going to write any notes. Why? Because everything. So starting from day 1 to day n, I am going to provide you the completely written material. Of course, you have the PDFs as well as same thing. You are also have the running notes. So I'm gonna give these notes for you. So let's check this out. Wait. Why it's opening the pane? Give me 1 second, guys. Let me start the writes. So I'm gonna write the notes for you here. So here I'm writing DevOps. First of all, what is the main purpose of using DevOps? It's a methodology. It's a use it to deliver application speedily. Why we are using, sir? Or you can use a speedily or like fastly. Anything is fine. So 2 points you are going to remember here about the DevOps. The point number 1 is DevOps is a. So a lot of people will think DevOps is going to be a technology. Guys, remember, DevOps is not a technology, guys. But a lot of people will think DevOps is going to be a technology. DevOps is a methodology that mainly use it to deliver the application very fastly. Is the point number 1 clear for all of you? Everyone. Okay, now tell me, what is DevOps? It's a methodology used to deliver the application fastly. Okay, fine. So now you are on the track. So basically what exactly I'm going to show you now. So for the next coming few minutes, completely, we are going to see what exactly the DevOps meant for and why we started using the DevOps. So if you focus here, you will get the clarity. Sir, in the term of DevOps, if you observe here in the term of DevOps, here majorly we are going to have 2 teams, sir. How many teams? So team number 1 is going to be development team. Which team? Team number 1 is going to be. And coming to the team number 2. So team number 2 is going to be your operation team. So team number 1 is development team. Team number 2 is going to be the. Here completely I am going to explain you about SDLC first. I'm not going to teach you about the DevOps now. First of all, you need to understand what is the meaning of SDLC. Anyone heard about SDLC here? So it is, guys, remember, whether you are working as DevOps engineer or developer or tester, everyone need to know about SD. What is the meaning of SDLC? You know, software development What is the full form of SDLC, sir? Software development lifecycle. First of all, I'll explain what is the meaning of software development lifecycle. We are humans, right? As a human, we definitely need to pass a life cycle. For example, when you born, you will be on infant stage. Which stage? Infant means when we are crawling. So that is what you can call as infant. After few months, you will become child. After few years, you are going to become as teenager. Then you are going to become as adult. Finally, you are going to become as old. Correct or not, sir? So that means here human is going to pass each and every phase of his life. Same like here an application is also going to have life cycle. Basically, that is what we can call as software development. That means if you want to create any kind of software, that software need to pass every phase of this life cycle. That is what you can call as software development life cycle. So if you go and see here, sir, in software development lifecycle, majorly how many teams you are seeing here? Two teams. How many? So team number one is going to be development team. Team number two is going to be operation team. So now, so remember, to understand the DevOps, first of all, you need to understand about SDLC. Is the point clear for you? What is the meaning of SDLC? Software development. In software development lifecycle, how many teams we have, sir? Two teams. What are those? Development team and operation team. So now I'm going to teach you about the development team, like what this team is going to do. Sir, if you see here, for example, if I want to create an application, okay. So first of all, I need to plan this one. That means this application, for example, I want to create a WhatsApp application, sir. I want to create which application? So in that case, what exactly is going to happen, to create the application like WhatsApp, first of all, we need to do planning. Planning means in which programming language we need to create the application. What cloud provider we want to use it. How many front-end developers we want. How many back-end developers we want. And what are the services we are going to provide into the WhatsApp application. Everything we are going to plan with the help of software architects. Guys, remember, software architects are the head of the company. For example, if you go to any company, there is a person called technical architect. Which person it is? That person is going to give the blueprint of application. For example, if you want to construct a house, definitely need to have blueprint or not, sir? Like this, whenever we are creating a new application, we need to have the blueprint. What we need to have? Who is going to give the blueprint means technical architect. Who is going to give it, sir? For every company, there will be a technical architect who is going to design the end-to-end phase of an application. For example, I want WhatsApp application. In our company, we have some technical architects. The technical architect is going to design the blueprint of the application. Is the part number one clear for all of you? Planning means everything we are going to plan to create the application. Coming to the phase number two, you are going to use coding here. What you are going to use? Sir, coding means once you create the plan, you need to write code for application. For example, I want to develop which application now? WhatsApp application. So to develop the WhatsApp application, we need to use coding or not, sir? Without coding, can we create a real-time application? Definitely we need to write some coding for it. In the part number three, whatever the code you wrote, for example, it might be Java code, it might be Python code, or it might be any kind of code. We are going to add the dependency. Dependency means there are some libraries which are going to support the code. For example, if you take about Java, in Java we have some libraries or not, sir? In Python, do we have some libraries? For that, each and every programming language is going to have some set of libraries. In the stage called build, we are going to add libraries for our source code. And what is our step number 4 here? Test. Testing means once you write the application code, you want to test whether it is performing correctly or not, sir. I write the calculator code. 2 plus 2 value is what, sir? 2 na. Someone said 2 from your occupied. So 2 plus 2 value is going to be 4. If I perform the mathematical operation, but calculator give me the output of 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Is it working accurately? Application is working, but I want accurate working. So that is going to be seen on the phase of testing. Which phase, guys? Again, I'm going to repeat this one. In SDLC, how many stages we have? Like how many teams we have? Team number 1, development team. Team number 2. In team number 1 called development, what is your step number 1? Plan. Step number 2. Step number 3, build. Step number 4, testing. Are these 4 phases clear for all of you guys? Everyone? Fine. What about you online? Can you please confirm? Are these 4 stages clear for everyone in the class? You can ping me on the comment section if you are having any doubts or queries. If not, we can continue next. Okay. So seems it is clear for all of you. Thank you. Okay, sir. Now fine. Your team number one done everything, planning, coding, building, testing. Now it's the time of your team two. What is your team two going to do? Operation. Like these guys are going to deploy the application. Guys, remember, as a DevOps engineer, it is the main roles and responsibility for all of us to do the deployment. What is your main role and responsibility? Deployment. I'll explain what is the meaning of deployment. Here I'm writing it clearly. Deployment. Installing application into server. Basically, it is a process. Process of installing application into, that is what you can call as deployment, sir. So guys, remember, it is the main role and responsibility of every DevOps engineer. For example, if you are a DevOps engineer, that means you are going to do the deployment. What you are going to do? What is the meaning of deployment? Just now I said only. Process of installing application to the server. So now if you go and see here, I'll make it clear for you. Sir, initially developer write the code. Where these developers are going to write the code on their local laptop. For example, let's consider all of us want to use the WhatsApp application. All of us want to use the. Currently, I developed the WhatsApp application, but this WhatsApp application is working on my laptop only. Which laptop? Say loudly, all of you. Which laptop? My laptop only. Fine. Sir, if the application is working on my laptop, all of you need to use the application or not, sir? In that case, what you are going to do? Are you going to use my laptop, all of you? First of all, is it even possible? Why? Because there are some millions of users, but the application is working on only one laptop. For that purpose, what we are going to do, you know, what is the application you developed you developed on your local laptop? You are going to install the application into the server. Where you are going to install, sir? From the server, anyone can able to access the application or not, sir? For example, let's consider my WhatsApp application is running on my server. From the server, if you open your internet, can you able to access the application or not, sir? That is what you can call as deployment. What we can call it as? So remember, as a DevOps engineer, if you go to some 100 companies, each and every company will ask you to do the deployment only. So that is your major role and responsibility in the real time. Now tell me, what is your major responsibility in real time? Deployment. What is the meaning of deployment? Process of installing the application into server. So finally, here operating we are going to do. Can anyone decrease the volume there? Fine. So finally, you are going to operate the application, and finally you are going to monitor the application. Monitoring means, for example, let's consider my server is going to use it by 100 people. Day 2, my server is going to use it by 1000 people. But day 3, my server is going to use it by 1 lakh people. That means load is increasing or not, sir? If the load is increasing, my server might have chance to crash or not, sir? For that purpose, we need to use the monitoring. What we need to use? Monitoring. So deployment, operating, monitoring. All these 3 works are going to be done by which team here? Operation team. Second, let's go back to the prefix now. So currently we have seen the SDLC part. Which part? What is the meaning of SDLC? Software development life cycle. How many teams we have on SDLC? 2 teams. What are those? Development and tell me, what is development team going to do? Plan, code, build, test. What is operation team going to do? Deploy, operate. Are you clear about all of these steps now? Everyone. When I ask some question, you need to say yes. If you do like this now, how can I understand whether it is clear or not? Okay, now one more time. Is the concept clear for all of you? So try to be active on the class. Why? Because the concept is going to be very, very interesting. If you are more active now, you can get the subject very well. Okay, fine. Okay, sir. Lot of people might understand about this SDLC now. So that means we have 2 teams, development team and operation team. So they are going to do some set of actions. Now my question is, for example, if you are not able to understand this concept, I'll tell one technique for you. If you remember this technique, na, you will never forget about the SDLC. Currently, you heard about SDLC, right? Can all of you tell me what are the things we are going to order from starting from plan to monitor? Step number 1 is plan. Step number 2, code. Step number 3, step number 4, test. Step number 5, deploy. Step number 6, operate. Step number 7. Fine. I'll tell one small trick for you. If you remember this trick, na, you will teach SDLC for your grandsons also. That means you will never forget this one. Trust me. I'll tell na. This one shortcut, if you remember, you will never forget about the SDLC. I'll ask you only 2 questions. Try to give me the answer. For example, all of you watch cartoons, like not now in your childhood days. What's your favorite cartoon of all time? Tom and Jerry. 95% is Tom and Jerry. So let's take Tom. What is it? Tom. You watch cricket? Of course, I don't ask this question now. But okay, fine. So in cricket, what is your favorite opponent team? Pakistan, not. Okay, currently it is Australia, but we have Pakistan. So let's take PCP. Who is the captain of Pakistan? For example, we have a, sorry, recently couple of days ago, okay, fine. So Shahid Afridi and Shan Masood. Fine. For example, we have a Pakistan cricket board. What we have? Pakistan cricket board. PCB means Pakistan cricket board we have. So there is a director called Tom. If Pakistan cricket board having a director called Tom, that is your SDLC. What it is? Pakistan cricket board director is Tom. Sir, what is the comparison between Pakistan cricket board and Tom means? I'll tell you. For example, what is your first stage? P for plan, C for, B for, T for test, D for deploy, O for, M for. Is it matching or not, sir? Basically, if I teach you one sequence, you will not able to remember. But with the help of this small technique, are you able to remember it or not, sir? So again, Pakistan cricket board director is whom here? Tom. So if I compare this one, so again, P for Pakistan, not plan. C for code, B for, T for, D for, O for, and M for. This is the way how you gonna remember the SDLC for your lifetime. So you will never forget in second time. If you try to like remember for 1 or 2 times, na, third time you can able to explain to anyone. Of course, none of us are going to remember everything. Even I also forgot a lot of things. But if you want to remember something, you need to use these kind of techniques. In our course also, completely whatever the topics, if you feel very, very difficult, I'm going to explain these kind of shortcuts. That's for damn sure. If the concept is difficult, I'll create one shortcut for you. How's the shortcut, first of all? Able to remember now? Fine. Okay, sir, you said about SDLC, everything is fine now. In SDLC, we are having 2 teams. Like first team is development team, second one is going to be. Okay, fine. But what happened, what is the main work of this development team, This development team will write code for application. What they will do? They write the code for, they will build the application, they will test the application on their local laptop. So, for example, this developer write the code, he tested the code, he deployed the application in his own laptop. Sir, now in his own laptop, application working very fine, sir. Now this application need to given to user or not, sir? But currently, where is the application? On local laptop, on developer local laptop only. But I want to give this application to all of the users or not, sir? In that case, what I'm going to do is, this developer is going to give the code to the operation team. Which team? Now this operation team, what they will do, they will create the servers, they will deploy the application on the server. I mean, whatever the code given to the developer, whatever the code given by the developer to the operation team. What this operation team is going to do? They will deploy the application. What is the meaning of deployment, sir? Process of installing the application into. If they install the application on the server, everyone can able to access the application or not, sir? Then now this operation team done the deployment. What this operation team done? Deployment. Now after deployment, what happened? Application is not working on the server. What happened now? Whatever the application the developer developed in his local laptop, the application is working, sir. Same code he given to the operation team. Which team? Operation team deployed the same code only without changing anything. But the code is not working on the server. Sir, if the code is not working on the server, can users able to use the application, sir? No, right? Then it is going to be issue or not? So then this both teams started fighting with each other. Basically, this both team can create the application, can deploy the application. But now what they are doing, they started fighting with each other. Sir, if they started fighting with each other without doing the work, is my work going to complete on time, sir? Is it going to happen? If my work is not going to complete on time, am I going to face difficult or not? So this development team is going to tell that I write the code correctly. It is working on my local system. But whenever I give the code to you, you change something to the code, that code stopped working in the production. These developers are going to tell to operation team like this. Now, operation team is going to tell to developers like this. If I know how to write the code, I'll become developer like you. I'm an operation engineer now. I don't know how to change the source code. I haven't done any changes on your code. Your code is not working on the server. He is going to tell like that. So developer team is going to blame the operation team, and operation team is going to blame the. Sir, if they started blaming each other and if they started fighting with each other, I cannot able to work, sir. Can I able to work or not? No. Here you can ask me which team made mistake. Can anyone tell me which team made mistake here? Development team or operation team? How many of you are development team here? Raise your hands. Okay. How many of you say operation team is mistake? Okay. How many of you say both are mistake? Both are having mistake. How many of you say? Raise your hands. How many of you say like both are having mistakes? Only one or two. Guys, but the reason is, here the mistake is going to happen with the both teams. Why? Because I'll tell you one small thing. This developer write the code on Java. Which programming language? That means if Java application need to run, do I need to have Java code or not, sir? As a developer, he know my code is on Java. I need to have Java software to run the application. But this developer team haven't informed to operation team. Operation team. So this is the Java application. You need to install Java 17 version to run the application. They need to give some input or not, sir? Developer haven't given the input. Okay, forget about this one. This operation team main purpose is to deploy the application code. Then this team need to ask to developers or not, sir? Operation team, you need like you give me the Java code. Now which version of Java you want to deploy? They need to ask it or not, sir? So here there is no communication between development team and operation team. So that is going to be the main mistake of the both teams. There is no communication for it. What we don't have, sir, here? Because of not having the communication, they both started fighting among themselves. Why? Because none of them know whose mistake it is. Correct or not? So what is the reason for application delay here? Communication gap. Which gap? For example, here we are not having communication between development team and operation team. That is the reason why they started fighting or not, sir? But instead of working development team and operation team separately, if I make them as single team, can I able to remove that communication gap or not? Basically, development team and operation team are two different teams, which will never communicate. Due to lack of communication, they are going to have some fights or not, sir? Why? Because issues are coming. That issues are leading them to fight between themselves. For that purpose, what I decided, I want to join both teams as a single team. Development team and then the what DevOps comes into the market. In DevOps, Dev stand for development team and Ops stand for, previously these two are two different teams, guys. But now I am making them as single team with the name of DevOps. So this is the way how DevOps comes into the picture. Basically, a lot of people might, DevOps is nothing but development plus operation. But how development plus operation working together? What is the main reason? Means the main reason is, first of all, if they work as two different teams, are they having communication? No. Is the point number one clear? So there is no communication. If there is no communication, are they able to work properly? No. If they are not able to work properly, are they getting fights or not, sir? Why? Because there are a lot of misunderstanding happen. For that purpose only, I removed the two teams called development team and operation team, and I combine those both teams called DevOps. Which one? So this is the way how DevOps got originated. This is the origin of DevOps. Clear for all of you, sir? Everyone? Fine. So online is the origin of DevOps. Clear for everyone? Can you please confirm on chat box? So online you cannot able to speak now, but you can give a response on chat box for a few minutes. At the end of session, I'm going to give unmute option for you. Don't worry. Okay, but try to be active in the comment box. Okay, sir, fine now. So it's fine now. So what exactly I'm going to tell is, so if you know about this one, lot of people will think DevOps is a technology, or DevOps is going to be a tool, or DevOps is going to be some kind of new programming language. Guys, remember, DevOps is not a tool, first of all. DevOps is not a. Second thing is, DevOps is not a technology also. Third thing is, it is not a framework. Then what is DevOps? I already said, DevOps is a methodology. What is DevOps? What is the meaning of methodology? Methodology means how you think. Methodology means what? How you think, how you want to prepare for your work, how you want to deliver your work. That means everything you plan. That is what you can call as methodology. It's a method to do your work. In a simple way, what is the meaning of methodology? Means it's a way to do your work. So basically, this DevOps engineer is the captain for team. For example, if you talk about cricket, everyone is going to listen to captain or not, sir? So this DevOps team is going to be the captain of all teams. That means all teams need to work with this DevOps team only. For example, if you are a developer, sir, you want to work with like DevOps team only. Or if you are tester, again, you are not to like you are going to work with DevOps team only. Or if you are a database team, you are also going to work with. Every team requires DevOps. Why? Because if there is no DevOps, this world is not going to be like this one. I'll tell you one thing. Sir, can you live without WhatsApp one day? Okay, yes. And what about YouTube? What about LinkedIn? What about Facebook? What about ChatGPT? Without using a web application, in this recent times I'm talking about, in this modern world, without using a web application, can we complete our day? The person who is going to give you the application is DevOps team only. Which team? Developer will create the application only, sir. They will create the code for application. But if we are using that application, means DevOps is the main team behind it. Without DevOps team, we cannot able to give any application to anyone. For example, all of you are using WhatsApp, right? How you are using WhatsApp means there is a DevOps team work there. If the DevOps team is not there, your application will not comes into the market. Is the point clear for all of you? That's it. Remember, simply what we can call as, we can call ourselves as captain for all the teams. Every team must listen to what you say only. Okay. That's it. Fine then, if you see this one, so while we are observing the symbol of DevOps, here it is representing which logo, sir? Infinite logo, right? So all of you know about infinite. What is the meaning of infinite? Never ending. So DevOps is going to be never ending, sir. DevOps is going to be never ending process. I'll tell you why it is going to be a never ending process. For example, let's take our Instagram application. All of you know about Instagram, right? I'll take one Instagram as application and I'll explain how this DevOps is going to work for you. For example, in Instagram, I have version 1, for example. In version 1, I gave the feature of uploading images. I gave the feature of uploading. So to create the application, first of all, I need to plan or not, sir. I want to code. I want to next build, test. Here new things comes into the picture. That is called as release. This release is going to combine both development team plus. In previous SDLC, are you seeing release? But in DevOps, are you seeing release or not, sir? This is the thing that is going to combine both development team plus. After release, you are going to deploy again. And finally, let's consider this one. For example, I have version V1. In version V1, I have the features of uploading image only. What do I have here? So now what happened is, I deployed the application. People started using application. After 6 months, I want to give the version 2. What I want to give? Sir, in version 2, I want to give the feature of uploading videos also. What I want now? Videos. Again, to give this new feature, I need to plan or not, sir? Again, to write the code for new feature, I need to code or not, sir? Again, I want to build, test, release, deploy, operate. Once you deploy the application, all of you can see the video uploading option. Again, after a few months, I want to release version 3. What I want to 3? In version 3, I want to give the calling option, video call and audio call. That means new feature coming or not, sir. Again, for new feature, we need to plan. We need to test, release, deploy, operate. Again, for version 4, I want to give the Reels option now. Which option? Again, that loop is going to continue or not, sir. This is the reason why DevOps is never-ending process. Why DevOps is never-ending process means continuously when the new version is coming, life cycle is going to repeat or not, sir. Again, for new version, life cycle is going to be repeat. So like this is the reason why DevOps is going to have this symbol. Which symbol we are having? Infinite. Why infinite symbol here? Because it is a never-ending. What is the example I have seen for version 1? Images. For version 2? For version 3? Calling. For version 4? Reels. So like this, every time we are going to expand our application. That means to update the application actually. That's it. Okay, sir, fine. You said about DevOps lifecycle. So it is infinite and it is never-ending process. You shown one clear real-time example also. So whatever the example I said for you, Instagram, is it real-time application or not? Why? Because practically we have seen, initially we don't have Reels. We don't have calling option, but now it is entering into your application or not, sir? How it got entered into your application means by using this process. Acha, fine then. Now here my question is, sir, before DevOps, there are a lot of models, sir. Currently we are speaking about DevOps, okay, fine. But before DevOps, we are having a lot of models. First of all, I'll discuss what are the limitations of that model and how DevOps overcome the limitations of the old model. If you see there, what is the first model here we are seeing? So remember, you can call it as waterfall model, or even though you can call it as waterfall methodology. Have you ever seen waterfalls? All of you. So tell me how it flows from top to bottom or bottom to top. Like this, right? So 1, 2, 3. Like this, step by step, it is going to work. But have you ever seen waterfall going from top to bottom? First of all, even it is possible. Like this model is going to work, sir. The waterfall model is a sequential development process. It is what? Sequential development process means step-by-step process. Sequential means what? Sequence means step-by-step or not, sir? So this waterfall model is a sequential development process which is going to follow the step-by-step execution. What it is going to follow? So here in this waterfall model, at a time, we can able to work on single step. So first of all, waterfall is a sequential development process. Sequential means what? Step by step. At a time in waterfall model, how many steps we can work on? One. For example, if I have 10 steps, first of all, I need to work on step number 1 only. Then only I can go for step number. Then only I can go for step number 3. That's it. So if you see the explanation of this waterfall model, I'll give you the clear clarity. What is the disadvantage of this waterfall model? For example, let's take, sir, my client want to create the application called WhatsApp for me. I want to create the WhatsApp application. My client gave me the requirement. So he gave me the deadline of 6 months. How many months? So now to take the requirement, I have taken 1 month, sir. To gather the requirement, how many months I have taken? And to design the software architecture, I have taken 2nd month. And in 3rd month, I implemented the code. And 4th month, I started verifying my application. And in 5th month, my application is under now. Still, I have 1 month left or not, sir? For example, let's consider. To gather the requirement, I have taken 1 month. To design the application, I created I have taken 2 months. To implementation, 3rd month, verification, 4th month, and maintenance is under. So now what happened, For example, here I am on the verification stage. Which stage? In the verification stage, I found there is an issue on designing. Designing gone wrong. But I find it on which stage, sir? 4th stage. Almost all 4th month, right? Already 4 months are done. In the 4th month, I came to know that designing is completely wrong. Then can I go back to my previous phase here? What is waterfall saying? It will come from top to bottom only. But it can't go bottom to. Then this method is completely wasted our time or not, sir? Why? Because here you can come from top to bottom only. You cannot go to bottom to. This is the main reason why we are not using the waterfall model. Why? Because if you are on step number 4, if you find step number 2 is wrong, you cannot go back to step number 2. You need to go to step number 5 and again you need to come from top to bottom. If you perform this one, first of all, you are going to waste your time or not, sir? If you waste your time, your risk is going to increase or not, sir? Third one is, here you can work one stage only at a time. For example, if I'm on designing stage, I can work on designing stage. I cannot go to implement or I cannot come back to requirement. So based upon these disadvantages, your waterfall model fails into the market. One more time I'm telling here. So disadvantage number 1, you cannot go back to a step. Disadvantage number 2, high amount of risk and uncertainty. Disadvantage number 3, it is not going to be a good model for complex and object oriented. And 4th one, it's not suitable for the project where your requirements are changing. For example, my developer gave requirement on 1st month. For example, my client gave requirement on 1st month. Again in 2nd month, he came and he changed the requirement. Again in 3rd month, he came and he changed the requirement one more time. If requirements are changing, we can go forward only, but can we come to backward? Then is it going to be a good model, sir? This is the reason why waterfall model fails into the market. 2 main reasons. First of all, time is going to be wasted. Second one, you cannot go back to the previous page. You can go to the next stage only. So this is the main reason why we started ignoring the waterfall model. Again, so this waterfall model, I'm going to explain one more time for you. So listen carefully. So waterfall model, basically it's a sequential development process. What is the meaning of sequential? Step by step execution. In this waterfall model, at a time, how many steps can we able to work, sir? 1 only. So first of all, we'll gather requirements. We'll go for designing, implementation, verification, and no need to remember about these stages. Okay, don't remember, just understand. Currently, I am on stage number 4. In stage number 2, I done some mistake. Can I go back now? Why? Because it is step by step and we cannot go back once something is wrong. But can I go front, sir? Second thing is, if I cannot go back, if I can go to front, enter my time is going to waste or not, sir? This is the disadvantage of waterfall model. After having the disadvantages in waterfall model, now we started using a new model called agile methodology or agile model. What is your second model? Why we came from waterfall to agile? Tell me two reasons. Reason number one is time waste. Reason number two is we cannot go back. These are two different main disadvantages. So to order to overcome those, we started using the agile. What we started using, sir? So what happened in the agile model? For example, again, so this Mark Zuckerberg, okay, he want to develop the application like WhatsApp or Instagram. He given all of the requirements into a documentation. Now my manager seen every document given by the Mark Zuckerberg and understand that they want to create the application called Instagram application. Now this manager tell to my team, to design the application we need 2 months, to develop the application we need 10 months, and for testing how many months we need, sir? That means total to complete this application how many months we need? Unlike this waterfall model, what this agile model will do, I'll explain simple way. For example, just look at this one. In waterfall model, first of all, I want to run the, for example, this coding take 2 months. After 2 months only, I need to go for. That means once your coding is completely performed, then only you can go for testing. But this waterfall is not like this, sir. For example, in day one, you write 100 lines. How many lines of code? 100 lines. In the day one only, you can test this 100 lines, sir. Again, in day two, if you go for day two, in day two only, you can test the 100 lines. For example, like not 100, let's take 200. In day two, you have 200 lines of code. Sir, again, if you are working on day three, okay, developer write the 300 lines of code. How many lines of code? Again, you can test these 300 lines of code. This is agile model. In waterfall model, what happens is until the code is completed, we cannot able to test the code. That means here testers are going to wait for how many months, sir? 2 months. But in agile model, testers will not wait like that. In day one, developer write 100 lines of code. Tester will test it at the end of the day. Again, in day two, I write 200 lines of code. Tester is going to test my code at end of the day only. That means when you compare in waterfall model, how many stages can we work at single time? One stage. But in agile, can we work both development and testing parallelly? That means when you compare this agile model with waterfall model, are you seeing some beneficiary here? Why? Because waterfall is having only single stage, but agile can let you work on how many stages parallelly? 2 stages. What are those 2 stages here? Development and which one? Testing. So if you see like this, agile methodology is way to manage your project breaking into several phases. It delivers the piece of working software quickly to improve the customer satisfaction. Here both development and testing activities are going to be done at same time. But in agile model, we are having development and testing both at same time. But in waterfall, can we do it same time, sir? That means now you tell me which model is better when compared with both. Why agile? We can do multiple activities at same time. But there, can we do multiple activities, sir? No. So that is the reason why people started using the agile. But agile is also having some disadvantage, sir. Here, developing and testing activities are doing parallelly. But are those guys doing deployment parallelly? Again, it is going to be time waste or not, sir? Of course, they are developing the software very quickly, but they are not deploying the software quickly, sir. That is the reason why agile is also not up to the mark. So then finally, people started using the DevOps. So now your main thing comes into the picture. First of all, you have which model here? Waterfall. What is the limitation of waterfall? Step by step and time wasting. After that, which model comes into the market? Why agile is good? Both developing and testing we can work same time. But what is the disadvantage of agile? Deployment is a disadvantage. To overcome all of this, your DevOps comes into the history. So now if I talk about the history of DevOps. Sir, DevOps comes into the market on which year, sir? Guys, remember 2008 is going to be very, very important day of the history. If you ask me why, I'll tell you. In 2008, DevOps comes into the market. Reason number one. Reason number two, you know Google? Google has one official language. Anyone knows about that one? Go language. Which one? That Go language also comes into the market on 2008 only. Reason number three, you know AWS, all of you? AWS started gaining popularity on the year 2000. Initially, AWS came into the market on 2004, long back ago. But the craze of AWS started on which year? Why? Because you know Netflix, right, all of you? Netflix started collaborating with AWS. That is the reason why cloud got so much of demand in the market 2008. Fourth one is, all of you know Satyam Computers? What is Satyam Computers? It is the first time that we have seen recession in our India, especially in our Telugu states. Okay, so that Satyam Computers renamed as Techem currently now. So that is also happened in the year 2000. So this 2008 is going to be the revolutionary year of IT, sir. Why? Because your DevOps came into the year 2008 and Go language came into the market on 2008 and AWS started gaining popularity on 2008 and finally Satyam Computer renamed as Techem currently, which we are using now. Okay, if you see here, DevOps, Go and AWS, all these three are our work only. Currently, are you learning DevOps? This DevOps is going to use programming language called Go. That means tools of DevOps. If you talk about Docker or Kubernetes and even Terraform, these written on the Go language only. Third thing is all the DevOps tool what we are using now, we are going to use it on AWS cloud only. That means if you are a DevOps engineer, 2008 is the game changer of your IT industry. Is the point clear for all of you, whatever I said? Fine. So now how this DevOps started, you know? Basically, this DevOps is a discussion between two people called Andrew Clay and Patrick Devops. So basically, these two are just normal people. They started discussing if development team and operation team work together, we will have larger benefits. So in the year 2009, they both held a summit at the Belgium. At that Belgium, they said to people, currently we are using waterfall and agile. These two are not good models, all of you know. If we start using DevOps now, this DevOps is going to make your work very easy. It is going to save a lot of time and it is going to reduce a lot of cost also. So after that summit is held, some of the people started working on DevOps. In the year 2014, they published an article actually, a report of the project. In that article, what they mentioned, you know, when you compare DevOps with waterfall model, agile model, and some other models, DevOps have given you three major things. First of all, work is automated. If the work is automated, your time is going to save or not, sir? If your time is going to save, you are going to save a lot of money or not, sir? These three are major reasons why DevOps started gaining a lot of popularity. Reason number one is everything is automated. Reason number one is what? Reason number two, if the things are automated, your time is going to save. And reason number three, if your time is saved, you can save a lot of money or not, sir? So now everyone started using the DevOps. From the year 2014, DevOps gained a lot of popularity. Of course, it started in the year 2008 only, but it took 6 years to gain the popularity into the market. Finally, so if DevOps had the birth certificate, the father name is going to be the Patrick Devops. If you talk about C, who is the father of C language? Father of C. Who invented C language? Dennis Ritchie, right? Who is the father of computer? Who is the father of Python? Guido van Rossum. Okay, like this, father of DevOps is going to be the Patrick Devops only. Like that. Okay, fine then. Sir, if we talk about this one, lot of people will think DevOps is going to have a lot of tools, right? Can we able to figure out how many tools are there? There you can see 20. But actually, you know how many tools we have on DevOps? Some thousands of tools we have, not one or two. How many? But sir, do we require to learn all of the tools? Means no. I'll tell one simple example for all of you. If you want to order some food, you have two applications, Swiggy and Zomato. And let's take Dunzo also. Like Dunzo, you know, right? Are you going to use all of the three applications or only one application? Why only one, sir? Because all these three applications work for same purpose, right? One is enough for me. Here also, if you talk about integration, na, you can use Bamboo tool for integrate, you can use Hudson for integrate, you can do Jenkins for integrate. That means all these three tools are going to work for same work. In that case, I need not to use this both, I can use this one only. Correct or not? So like that, if you see in our course, completely we are going to learn about 13 tools. How many? If you go to some other institutes, now maximum they will teach you 8 or 9 max. But in our course, how many tools am I going to teach you? These 13 tools we are going to learn in depth. I'll not teach basics. Each tool you are going to cover at least for 10 hours. In a least case, I'm talking about. So if you talk about Git and GitHub, so this is a tool number 1. Next later, Maven for build, Jenkins for continuous integration and continuous delivery deployment, Ansible for configuration management, Docker for containers, Docker Swarm for container orchestration, KOps to automate the Kubernetes cluster creation and configuration, Prometheus Grafana and Node Exporter for monitoring, Terraform to automate the infrastructure creation, JFrog, Artifactory tool, SonarQube. It's a code quality analysis tool. Apart from this, there are some other tools also which I haven't mentioned here. Okay. So totally in a list case, how many tools we are going to learn, sir? 13. So this course is going to be your DevOps with AWS course. That means apart from DevOps, I'm going to teach you AWS also. In AWS, I'm going to teach you EC2, S3, VPC, IAM, RDS, CLI, EBS, Elastic Load Balancer, Auto Scaling Group, and CI/CD with Elastic Beanstalk. So these are the total tools which we are going to discuss on our course. And DevOps, AWS, and apart from AWS also, you are going to learn Linux. Basically, this one course is going to teach you the following things. First of all, you are going to learn the Linux. I'm going to teach you Linux. And Linux is completely admin level course for you. That is completely free of cost. So AWS and DevOps. First of all, I'll start teaching you Linux. Then we will go for DevOps. Finally, I'll start the AWS. So the course is going to be DevOps with AWS. But apart from DevOps and AWS, you will learn the Linux completely. So now if you talk about the roles and responsibilities, right? I'll tell if you become a DevOps engineer in real time, what are the roles and responsibilities you are going to manage? I'll tell you now. First of all, sir, you need to work on cloud, server, and network architecture. Second thing is you need to configure and maintain the first role and responsibility. What you are seeing is, tomorrow I'm going to teach you both theoretically and practically. Remember, from day one only, your theoretical part and practical part going to start, sir. I'm not like this. I'll go for theory first and practical next. From day one, your real-time work is going to start. So in tomorrow's class, I'm going to teach you about the cloud and network architecture, how it is going to work. And after that, you need to configure and maintain the infrastructure. For this, you can use Terraform and Ansible. CI/CD pipeline, which is the heart of DevOps. This you are going to learn with the help of Jenkins. Automating daily tasks. So this you can do with the help of shell scripting, which you are going to learn on this course. And finally, continuous monitoring. You are going to use high-end tool called Prometheus Grafana to monitor your servers, how your server is working. And collaborating with, this is also I'll tell you how in real time you are going to communicate with the different teams and how you want to work with them. Finally, migrating from monolithic to microservice. So in this case, you are going to work with both Docker and Kubernetes to make the application which is going to run on continuous part. So whatever the roles and responsibilities I have said you, these are the following things which companies are going to expect from you and what you are going to learn from me. Again, third time I'll explain for you. First of all, you need to know about the architectures. Next, you need to know about infrastructure. Then you need to run the pipelines and automating daily tasks, continuous monitoring, collaborating with teams, and converting mono to microservices. Guys, whatever the roles and responsibilities here you are seeing in front of screen, by the end of the course, everything you are going to learn from. That too in depth. I'll not teach basics anywhere. Whatever the tools and whatever the topics you are going to learn, this is up to industry standards. That means with the help of this course, you can get at least 3 years of equivalent knowledge in real time. For example, if you want to go with 3 years of experience, this course is maximum enough for you. But because a lot of my previous students who joined here, they went with 3 years of experience and now they are currently working on different companies. Okay. Coming to the subject point of view, you are going to learn the best content till now. Of course, if you want, you can ask some of my previous students, you can go for my LinkedIn and you can check what are the feedbacks they have given. So everything you can check from there. Okay, then fine, sir. If I want to learn DevOps, so how I'm going to start? This is the roadmap how you are going to start DevOps. First of all, here programming language is mentioned, but it is not required. Why? Because if you have some programming skill, it is going to be beneficial for you, but it is not recommended. I won't recommend for you to learn program. But if you have some programming skills, definitely it is going to be additional advantage. But it is not mandatory to have the programming skills. Linux is the basics of your DevOps. Without having the Linux fundamentals, you cannot learn the DevOps. Here I'm gonna start your class with Linux only. Next, source code management tool, Git, building and integration tools like Maven and Jenkins, testing, deployment and configuration. We are going to use JUnit, Ansible, and Docker Kubernetes. For monitoring, we're going to use Prometheus Grafana. Finally, you are going to learn one cloud platform. That can be your AWS, that can be your DevOps, that can be AWS, GCP or Azure. DevOps, you can use with any cloud platform. Tools are not going to change. Only the cloud provider is going to be changed. So this is the way how you are going to start learning the DevOps. Starting from Linux and ending you are going to with the cloud. In the middle, completely you are going to learn the 13 tools of DevOps from me. Okay, then fine. After hearing this demo, you might get a lot of doubts. Okay. What are the most frequent doubts I'll get from over the demos? I'm going to tell you. First of all, sir, can a fresher get a job? Definitely. A lot of my previous students who join here with zero knowledge, now they are working in some MNCs. That too fresher. The average package for fresher will start from 3.5 to 4.2. Of course, there is one of the student exactly 6 months ago. So she is one of my students. She got the package of 6 LPA as a fresher. I'm not telling that everyone is going to get the 6 LPA, but in some occasions, you might get those kind of big packages also. But the average range from 3.5 to 4.2. That too depends upon the company also. But don't worry, guys. For freshers, there are opening on the DevOps. You no need to worry about the job. The only thing you need to worry about your skills. How to improvise your skills on DevOps. Second thing, sir, I am non-IT student. For example, you might be civil, you might be mechanical, or it might be like any other BSc. Can I learn this course? Of course. Why? Because it is scratch level course. That means entire thing I am going to teach you from zero level. Before this course, you need not to have any kind of skills to learn this course. That means everything, whatever you require to learn this course, I'll deliver you from the scratch level. Sir, does it require coding? No, it will not require coding. Can I change my domain to DevOps? Currently, I'm working as a developer, or I'm working on non-IT, or I'm working as a chat process or email process. Can I come to DevOps? Means yes, of course. That is going to come under career transition. Currently, you are on one domain. If you want to change to some other domain, so that will come under career transition. I'll guide you how to transit your career from one domain to another domain. Sir, do I require to learn all the alternatives? Can you answer me this question? No. For each stage, we need to have only one tool. And finally, do I need to learn all AWS services? No, guys. As a DevOps point of view, there are majorly 10 services which we are going to focus on AWS part. If you learn these 10 services, now everything is going to be very, very easy. Lot of people will think for DevOps, we need to learn all the cloud services and we need to know about lot of programming languages. It is not correct. So these are the most common frequently asked questions from all over the demos. Okay, then fine. After hearing this one, you will get one more doubt also. Sir, in market, there are a lot of training institutes. Why we need to choose from Naresh IT and why from you only? I'll tell you the reason. This is the main question you all need to understand. First of all, guys, whatever the way I'm going to teach you is 100% scenario based concept. For example, if I teach you a concept, I will tell you how this concept is going to work on real time and how you need to learn this concept on easy method. Completely conceptual level I'm going to teach you. That too on both theoretical way and practical way. Second one, interactive teaching. That means if I started teaching you a concept, I will take you feedback for every 5 minutes. Of course, it is a demo. You might not have any doubts now. But when it comes to real classes, when I'm going to start, for each and every 5 minutes, I'll take feedback from you. If the concept is okay, we will move further. But if it is not okay, I'm going to explain this concept one more time for you. There is no need of feeling shy to ask the questions and queries while in the middle of session. Third thing, troubleshooting techniques. So this is going to be the X factor of our course. Sir, currently you are teaching us the concept. You will teach it on a correct way only. But whenever I go for real time, if I get any kind of issue on real time, how I'm going to encounter this one means I'll tell you. So for my current batches, what I'm going to do is daily, I'm going to teach at least one troubleshooting technique. Are you seeing all of these troubleshooting techniques here? For example, if I teach the Maven concept, in Maven, what are the issues you are getting and how you are going to troubleshoot the issue? If I teach about the Jenkins, how to resolve and troubleshoot the issues on Jenkins, completely I'm going to teach you the troubleshooting techniques. Your course is going to be 2.5 months, right? So for the next 2.5 months, how many classes I'm going to teach you? For each class, I'm going to teach you one troubleshooting technique. That means at the end of the course, minimum you like 50 techniques or not, sir? These techniques are going to useful a lot for you. Guys, a lot of people will teach the subject, but when it comes to troubleshooting, you will not learn that much of easily. But I'll teach you easy how to make the issues troubleshoot. And the next one is going to be automated scripts. Automated script means I'll show you one thing for you. Basically, if you want to set up any kind of tool in DevOps, sir, there are two methods. First one, manual method, and second one is, I'll show you one thing. In my GitHub, I have something called as all setups. If you go to here, na, are you able to see all of these scripts? These are scripts actually. For example, if you want to set up Jenkins, are you seeing this script, sir? Directly copy paste this script in your real time. You can see your continuous integration server. I mean, no need of doing any manual work, sir. If you run this script in your real time also, you can able to create the Jenkins server. Or not like that. For example, I want to install the Netflix application. Are you seeing the script of Netflix application here? Are you able to see it or not? Of course, you cannot able to understand, no, but in future you can able to understand this very easily. Not like that, sir. For example, in my company want me to install Tomcat. Are you seeing script for it? Directly you can run this script within 5 seconds. How many seconds? Within 5 seconds, your Tomcat server is going to ready. Guys, remember, you can go for 100 institutes. None of them is going to provide this much of automated scripts. That's for damn sure. If you want, you can go to any demo for any institute and try to ask these kinds of script you are going to provide or not. For the 13 tools, what I'm going to teach you, each and every tool, I created the scripts with my own hands. And these are the scripts which I used on my own company. Whatever the scripts I wrote for my organization, same scripts I'm using in the class only. So this is going to make your work very, very easy. And next thing, so real-time work implementation. For example, if you go to a startup, in startup, you know how the work is going to be. So I'll teach you how to start each and every tool when you are new for it, and I'll take you to complete advanced level. Apart from all of this, you can get the career guidance, and I'm going to tell you the resume building part, and I'm going to conduct you the mock interviews, and I'm going to do the special care for non-IT and year gap students. Why? Because here we are having some mentors. If you go to lab, so your lab is going to start from morning 8 to evening 8. If you go to morning 8 and if you practice till evening 12 p.m., completely my mentors are there to help you. Along with mentors, I'm also coming to the lab. I'll teach the concepts here. If you are getting any queries or doubts, you can ask me everything on the lab itself. So placement assistance. After your course is completed, so Naresh IT is going to provide placement assistance for all of you. Okay. So the placement assistance start from the year 2019 passed out to 2023, latest year. But on some occasions, there might be a chance of having the opportunity 2016 and 17 students, like not regularly, once in a while. So all these we are going to provide within the same package, what you are going to take. So you know the course fee and everything, right? So if you talk about this one, guys, this much of benefits we are going to provide under this course. So first of all, 100% scenario based things we are going to teach, and interactive teaching, definitely one troubleshooting technique per day, and automated script. This you cannot get from anywhere. This both. Of course, anyone can teach you above all of the factors what I mentioned, but this completely you are going to learn from me in a easiest manner. Again, coming to the content, I'll give the syllabus content. Take that syllabus content and compare whichever platform you want. It might be international platform, it might be local platform. That means I'm institutes I'm talking about. You can compare my syllabus with any institute. You cannot find the subject more than here anywhere. That's for damn sure. Next, career guidance is the most important factor which you all are looking for, and resume building, mock interviews, and everything I'm going to provide in the same package. So completely, this is what for today we have the plan. Okay. So now I would like to know one thing from your end for all of you. You listen to the demo. So how you felt about the demo? Is the demo good for all of you? Satisfied with the way of explaining everything? Everything got clear for you? So now I'm going to tell you one thing for you. If you take this course, so it is going to be finally worth. Why? Because guys, I'll tell you one thing now. So a lot of people who started from zero level here, so completely they are working on real time only. All of you are here for jobs only, right? I'm going to provide the best content for the job. And apart from that, I'll tell you how to improve your communication skills. You can ask my students, they are standing outside. While you are leaving out of the class, just ask them. Just now, I completed the demo from Raham sir. Can I join in this course? Okay. You can ask them, you can take their feedback. If they give the good feedback, you can definitely join here. And one more thing, there are completely 5 demos which we are going to provide for free. You no need to pay any single amount till the day 5. You come to the class, you spend 1 to 1.5 hours with me and ask whatever the questions you want. At the day 5, if you are satisfied with this course, and if you feel if I join here, I'll get the best content, then only you can join in this course. But from day 1 to day 5, just come 5 days and see how I'm going to explain for you. If my way of explanation and the content, everything is fine, you can join. So today is the demo part, right? I just covered everything on theoretical format. But tomorrow, your real-time work is going to start. In tomorrow's class, I'm going to start the architecture concept. Already in the roles and responsibilities, we have seen, right? Architecture. In tomorrow's class, I'm going to tell you the architecture. By the end of the class, you will get the complete idea about architecture. How many kind of architectures we are going to have, and what architecture we are working on, and how to create your own architectures, and how to implement them in real time. So these kind of both theoretical stuff and practical stuff tomorrow I'm going to share with you. So now you can go for your doubts and queries, all of it. It's completely. And one more thing, online, you can post your doubts and comments on like queries in the comment section. I'll give reply from here. Please. Syllabus copy. Okay. If you go to outside now, there will be one QR. You can scan that QR and you can get the syllabus copy. Or you can ask our admins, they will provide the syllabus copy for you. So, and one more thing. So lab support and placement support is going to completely free of cost for you. So you can come to lab from tomorrow also. Nobody is going to stop you. You can spend at least 2 to 3 hours per day. That is maximum enough. Or if you want to spend more than that also, it's fine. You can spend how many hours you want. And while you are practicing now, for both online and offline, we are going to provide you the mentor support. That means whenever you get any doubts or queries, our mentors are there to help you for both online and offline students. So you can join advanced or Java DevOps. Like it's better to complete advanced Java once. Sujit. Let's go for queries for online for a few minutes. And one more thing. So I'm going to tell you about the fee structure one more time for you. So you know this fee. First of all, course duration. It's going to take more than 2 months. So you can expect up to 2.5 months. From 2 months to 2.5 months in a least case. So let's take it as 70 days in a least case. And the timings will be the same timings. So class is going to start from 4:30 to 6 p.m. And the fee, you need to pay 8,000. Okay. That's the amount of fee you are going to pay. And coming to the tools we are going to learn. How many tools we are going to learn, sir, here? 13 tools. And coming to the projects, I forgot about the projects. I'm going to teach you 5 real-time projects. If you go to any other institute, they will teach you maximum 1 or 2. But in my class, I'm going to teach you completely how many tools? Tools. 13 tools. And how many projects? 5 real-time projects I'm going to teach you from the scratch. By the end of the course, you can get the knowledge of up to 3 years of experience, guys. For example, if you want to go with experience, this course will deliver the knowledge of 3 years equivalent. Why? Because this is proved by a lot of my previous students. The only thing I want to expect from you is dedication. If you come to class daily, if you practice daily, definitely we all are here to help you what you came here for. Okay. So again, one more time, how many of you are going with experience here? Just raise your hands. How many of you want to go with experience? Okay, fine. So don't need to worry about this one. We will completely take care of you. But the only thing you want to be dedicated. So come to the classes daily and come to the lab daily. I'll be here in the class and I'll be there in your labs. Whatever the doubts and whatever the queries you are getting, we will discuss it. And while the class is going on, so if I said you some concept, that is going to be clear in the first attempt only. But if you are not able to catch the concept, I'll repeat it second time also. Again, then also, if you are not able to understand, I'll teach you third time also. That means no need to have the fear of asking doubts. If I'm explaining a concept, if you get any query or any doubt, directly you can ask me in the class only. Okay, so this much of flexible we can provide for you. Yes, Eshu, you can do it. But I'll guide you like separately. Don't worry about this one now. Sir, A is booming in the job market. Any problem in DevOps and future? No. Guys, remember, currently what is the best tool of AI actually? ChatGPT, right? To deploy the ChatGPT also, we need DevOps engineer. So don't worry about the AI, Venkatesh. It is not going to take your job if you have enough skills to survive. So Rohini, so definitely don't need to worry about your support of the labs. So from morning 8 to evening 8 also, you can access the support from your Zoom. For example, if you're online guy, while you practicing, you are getting any doubts or queries, we will provide one Zoom link. In that Zoom link, you can join and you can solve your doubts there. I hope it is clear for you, Rohini. Yes, Nikhil, directly you can join. If you are having enough time to learn both these courses separately, you can join Nikhil. Sir, I have 2 years of experience in .NET technology, but I want to switch to DevOps domain. How can I change? So definitely, Purvesh, don't need to about your previous experience and previous domain. If you learn this course, you can put your experience in both .NET and DevOps together. I'm going to guide you how to do it. Don't worry. Same thing, Ravi. So from morning 8 to evening 8, lab timing is also going to be, there is nothing change. Most probably from morning 8 to evening not 9. So from morning 9 to evening 6 maximum might be. Okay, we will let you know the timings, Ravi. Don't worry. So Sam, you need to put some experience, Sam. If you had 2006 means like you need to put a lot of experience, but I'll guide you separately, okay? How to attend labs. So Ravi, I said you know. So we are going to provide one Zoom link for you. So in that Zoom link, you can directly attend from the lab. Daily recordings, you need to pay some separate amount. So for the demos, you will get the daily recordings daily. Matkar. Yes, recordings will be provided for the first 10 days freely. So if you want some recordings for the lifetime, so you can access your recordings from the admins. I mean, they will give the grace period of 6 months for you. So you can get the recordings till then. Yes, Janak Pandya, you can do it. Yes, Ravi, it doesn't matter currently you are on which domain. So only thing is you need to learn the DevOps completely and you can switch it later. For syllabus, I'm going to provide one URL for you. So no need to worry about this one. If you open your chat box there you can see some hands-on syllabus. Let me give it for you. Hands-on. Guys, please all of you open your chat box. There you can get the hands-on syllabus. And for offline, just go and contact your admin. They are going to provide the syllabus document for you. Okay. So once your course is done, so Naresh IT is going to get the placement for you. Don't worry about this. Yes, Sam. Correct. Okay. I hope so. This demo is good for today. So in tomorrow's class, I hope all of you are going to come to tomorrow's class. Why? Because in tomorrow's class, I'm going to show the real-time work, how these things is going to be done. Of course, today, everything we have seen practically only. So all of you come tomorrow at the same time. Okay, so tomorrow we'll start the class at correct time only. So mostly 4:40 at that time. I'm going to tell you how the real time work is going to start. Is the demo clear for all of you? Are you satisfied with the demo? Okay then. Thank you all of you. So let's meet on tomorrow's session. Have a great day.